Hello and welcome to Rau's IAS Study Circle. We have been getting a lot of queries on our YouTube channel regarding how to utilize last 30 days before the prelims examination. If you have similar kind of queries, this video is right for you. So let's begin. Before we move into the nitty-gritty of what to do and what not to do, let's first understand where we stand today. First thing first, be excited about the opportunity that you are going to appear for the Civil Services Prelims examination. Civil Service Prelims examination is more like a marathon, and you have been already invested almost 12 months or even more for the preparation. You can't judge yourself for the last 10, 15, or maybe 30 days of your preparation. This is something which is going on continuously for quite a significant period of time, and it has brought a permanent change in you. You are more knowledgeable, you are ready to take the challenge, and if you keep your nerves under control, you will definitely clear the prelims examination. Second important thing is you have done all the hard work, but this hard work will bring fruit only when you revise. Whatever sources, resources, or books that you have gone through, it is high time that you revise all of them. If you revise them systematically, the chances are that you will perform much better than what you expect today. When we talk about revision, a lot of students get confused and they start something new book or a new resource. Now let me be very clear that you should not start anything new, whether it is a test series, a compilation, a magazine, or even the basic reference material. Revise what you have already done. Focus on the notes that you have already prepared and refer to the resources which you have already marked. Now the point of discussion is what to do. Now the first and foremost thing is to cover current affairs. Now try to understand there are two aspects. When we talk about current affairs, we have multiple sources. You might be referring to one, two, three, or maybe four magazines at a point of time, but right now focus on just one magazine. Multiplicity of resources is not a good thing for you. Rau's IAS publishes Focus magazine. If you have been following that magazine, follow that. If you have been following any other magazine, please do not fall for this trap that you should start any new magazine. So covering current affairs is important, but what is also important is to stay committed to one source on. Second aspect is covering prelims focused compilation. Now recently Rao's IAS Study Circle has published prelims compass magazines, which are subject based compilations. Now these compilations are very good for the purpose of revision, and they help students cover all things important from the month of January 2018 to April 2019. It is important that you choose prelims compilation according to your nature and your interest area. Moreover, there is no need to add compilations now. So whatever you have done already, please try to revise it 2, 3, or maybe 4 times. Third is a very important aspect when we talk about going through the notes. We are focusing on two aspects. First is of course current affairs, and second is the concepts. Try to balance both current affairs as well as concepts. It has been observed that students who prepare for the examination in the last stage, they focus primarily on the current affairs and miss on concepts. This is not a healthy approach. Try to balance both of them. Next important aspect is to revise all the papers that you have attempted. Now you might have subscribed a test series for this purpose. Try to attempt all the tests in the next 30 days so that you revise the papers that you have attempted. Remember, prelims is more a matter of recall. There are questions and there are options. If you have seen those options somewhere, the chances are that you may get this question right when you see in the actual examination. Now, what is important is examination is not only a test of your knowledge but also of nerves. Vaishali Singh, who secured rank 8, shared her strategy about how she prepared for the examination. I am taking few important things from her interaction. She very clearly mentions that it is very important that in the last stage we attempt papers on a daily basis and train our mind for the peak performance that we require on the day of examination. Second important condition is to attempt the papers in the same condition what you expect at the center. So it means no AC, no seclusion, and you should choose a place which looks similar to a regular school where you are going to appear for the test. One very important aspect is to train your mind for the peak performance at the time when you require it the most. Since you will be appearing for the examination from 9:30 to 11:30 for GS paper 1, what you should do is to change your habit. Some of us like to study in the night and others like to start early. Now, since you are going to appear for the examination at 9:30 a.m., it is very important that your mind should be working at the peak capacity at this time. For the next 25 to 30 days, attempt the paper in this time slot only so that your mind is conditioned to perform at its peak capacity during this time period. You should also appear for the test from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. to ensure that you do your best in both the slots, paper 1 as well as paper 2. Another very important aspect of attempting the paper is to go through all the solutions of the questions. Now, as already mentioned, UPSC is an examination which favors those who have seen a lot in terms of recall value. But recall value will work best when you have gone through with questions, answers, as well as solutions. Solutions give you an opportunity to fill the gaps of knowledge that you might have. So again, going through the solution is very important. Now, the next important aspect that we need to answer is what not to do this month. Now, first thing first, please do not entertain negative thoughts. You have already invested more than 12 months of your preparation, and now it is time to entertain positive thoughts about how you will prepare, what you will do, and how can you maximize your performance. Please do not entertain negative thoughts like competition is very high, or stay away from people who communicate negative thoughts to you. Second is, you can actually stop following current affairs in the month of May. This is valid for even the DNS. Now, May happens to be the month of elections as well in the India. So you might have seen that there has not been much news analysis lately. So you will not miss much, and you can cover that from current affairs magazines or also from the DNS notes later. So do not worry right now. You can stop following DNS for this month and focus more on the prelims exam. Do not attempt any new test series or study material. As already mentioned, whatever you have done, try to revise that only. Now, if you have one source or one material to study, it is better to revise it 4 times rather than having 4 or 5 sources and read them just once. So please do not add new study material in your repository. Fourth is again a very important aspect. We always know that healthy mind resides in healthy body. So please do not always stay indoor. Engage in some physical activity, jog, walk, exercise, meditate, whatever you like to do. Please do that and do not ostracize yourself from the world. Try to interact with people, try to understand how people are doing better, what is their approach, what are the things that you can learn from them. If you follow this approach, you will do much better in the coming examination. With this, we have come to the end of this video. I hope many of the queries that you had are solved. And from the entire team of Rau's IAS Study Circle, we wish you all the very best for the coming examination. We know that you will definitely make the most out of this attempt. All the best.